Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I got this super smoky, it's very fall inspired, I guess, these colors. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette, where did it go? Which I absolutely loved. I'm pretty sure a long time ago I told you I was gonna do another tutorial and I never did. So here it is. I do love this palette, it's one of my favorites. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, but personally, I think it's fantastic. And I love the way this look came out. I also had the opportunity to try the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter, and it is, well, I mean, look at it. All right guys, so if you wanna see how I got this look, keep watching.
So I'm gonna start off by prepping my under eyes with the Lapure eye masks. To prime my lids, I'm using a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I'm going to be setting it with a powder. I just wanted to really neutralize my eyelid base to get the most out of the shadows. I typically don't do this, but if you really want your eyeshadow color to pop, creating a lighter, more opaque base is going to help them stand out. And then to set that concealer, I'm just using a little bit of this Becca under eye brightening powder. It's nice and lightweight, you don't need a lot of it, and it keeps everything very bright and very light, so it works really well as an eyeshadow base. All right, so I'm going to be using the Anastasia Subculture palette today. I'm going to be going in with this light transition shade to begin. It's a little bit more on the peachy warm side, and I'm just gonna start building up the crease, creating that definition. This is basically just going to act as something that we're going to blend into. So I start off by placing it right in the crease and creating that definition, making sure that I'm keeping it more focused. And then once I feel like I have that down, I'll start to take whatever's left over on the brush and blend it outwards. Now I'm grabbing edge and I'm gonna start building up the crease a bit more. I'm using that same brush. I'm just gonna be going over that color. A lot of people have asked why you go right over your transition color with another color if you're just gonna be covering it up. It just helps the blending process. Now I'm grabbing Fudge. This is such an iconic chocolate brown, and I'm gonna be using the same brush. I'm just going to be patting this on the outer part of my eye and then slowly working it into the crease. You can kind of see that I'm placing quite a bit of product down first, so I'm not gonna be taking this out too far or blending it out. I wanna make sure that I'm placing the color down where I want it to begin with. Then I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to go in and do some blending. So I'm keeping an extremely light hand because I don't wanna overdo it. And then I'm going back in with our transition shade to do extra blending. This is a really good idea if you're having a difficult time blending two shadows together, but you do want to be careful because it can get a little bit blown out. I'm grabbing All Star on my CCB 103 brush. This is by City Color Cosmetics. And I'm gonna use this to pack it all over the lid. You can get a lot of fallout with these shadows, which is why I'm doing my eyes first, but I'm also picking up a small amount of product and building it up slowly. And each time I place a shadow down, I like to go in with a fluffy brush and make sure that I'm blending around the edges. Now I'm grabbing Rowdy on my CCB 103 brush, and I'm going to start deepening up the outer part of the lid. So I'm creating kind of a triangular shape on the outer part of the eye, and then I'm going back in with a fluffy brush to make sure that I'm blending it out. To prep the skin, I'm using the Gallany Lustrous Facial Mist. And for foundation, I'm going in with the Maybelline 24-Hour SuperStay. This is in the shade Warm Nude. So the reason I apply it with my fingers is because I mix it with a little bit of my color correcting liquid in green, which you guys probably saw in my last video. Then I place it in each zone of my face, and then I blend it out with my LC Cosmetics makeup sponge. To highlight and conceal, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Of course, this is light neutral. For my overall skin tone, this color is a little bit too neutral, but when I have a little bit more of a tan, which I know it doesn't look like I do here, but I do, I can get away with using a more neutral concealer. The more fair my skin is, the more olive my concealer has to be. And I'm just using this to brighten up any areas that I want to highlight or bring forward, and any areas where I tend to get darkness, like around my mouth. Then I'm using whatever's left over on that sponge to clean up the edges of my eyeshadow, but I didn't want it to be too hard. So then I'm going in with a clean blending brush and just softening that line. For my nose contour, I'm using my favorite Kiss contour palette. I've been experimenting a little bit with my nose contour because I just don't like it. I just don't like it. So I'm going in and I'm creating these lines, and then I'm basically just going over them with my sponge, whatever's left over on my sponge, and blending them out. And I think I liked it a little bit better. I don't know, you guys. I'm experimenting, okay? To set underneath my eyes, I'm using that same setting powder by Becca. I'm just applying a little bit more concealer, blending it out to make sure that I'm getting ultimate coverage, and then going in with that brightening powder. To bronze, I'm using this product from the MAC Jade Jagger collection. It's a little bit more red, but I honestly wanted to try it. I guess because my skin is a little bit more olive, I've been kind of embracing more red bronzers recently just to kind of create a little bit more dimension in my makeup. If you watched my last video, then you know what I'm talking about. And the formula is absolutely beautiful. I love a bronzer with a little bit of shimmer. For blush, I'm using L'Oreal Precious Peach. I wish that I could branch out and use different blushes, but every time I try, I just go right back to this. For my lower lash line, I'm going to start off with pretty much the same progression, except I'm not using the transition shade. I'm going in with Edge first, and I'm just going to smoke basically my under eye, as well as blending out any concealer that may have come up a little bit too far in my crease. Now I'm going in with Destiny to add a little bit more definition to the outer part, so I'm going to be keeping the lower lash line on the green side. I was having kind of a difficult time blending my lower lash line, so I had to go back and forth with the shadows a little bit. I don't know why. I think I had a little bit too much moisture under there from my eye cream, and it was holding onto pigment in weird areas, so I had to do a little bit of back and forth. Now I'm grabbing Untamed to create a little bit more dimension on the outer part of the lower lash line, and I'm making sure to blend up into the lid without it getting too muddy. You want to be careful when you're mixing colors like this. Now I'm going in with this NYX eyeliner. This is in the shade Esmeralda. It's a beautiful shimmery kind of Kelly green. I just felt like the eye look needed like a little bit more of a pop. Before I highlight, I'm going in with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just to set all the powders on my face. And now I'm going to be going in with the Amrezy highlight. This is her collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's this really, really stunning pale gold color. I don't know how they did it, but I feel like it would work for so many different skin tones. I was worried that it would be too dark for me, but it's not at all. And I actually think that I could get away with this when I'm really, really fair. The formula is absolutely stunning. It actually kind of reminds me of Fuego, Desi and Katie's collab with Dose of Colors. It's got that really beautiful dimension and luminosity to it. You can tone it down if you want to, but you can really build it up to get like an intense highlight. I think they did a killer job with it. After all my powders are down, I like to go in with my Tarteist brow gel to set my brows. For mascara, I'm going in with the new Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I like to make sure that I give my lashes a quick curl, and then I go in with a few coats of this mascara. It's really fantastic. It adds a really nice amount of weight to your lashes, if that makes sense. It kind of thickens them up a little bit, but it also combs them out. I feel like whenever I screw up my mascara, I always get it on my highlight, but luckily I just waited for it to dry and I was able to work it all out. It was fine. To line my lips, I'm using this nude lip pencil by Melt Cosmetics. So I'm going in and defining my lips, overlining them a little bit. And then for lipstick, I'm going in with Mural. This is the Ultra Matte Lipstick, again by Melt Cosmetics. I haven't worn an orange lipstick in such a long time. You have to be careful with them because they can make your teeth look really yellow, but it just suited this makeup look so beautifully. For lashes, I'm going in with the style Monroe. These are by Lashes by Lena. These are some of my favorite lashes. Some comparable pairs would be House of Lashes Iconics, and if you want them to be like a little bit more natural, Iconic Light is a great option. I'm going in with a little bit more MAC Fix Plus just to melt everything into my skin.
Alright guys, so that is it for this look. I hope you enjoyed. I love the way it turned out. These fall colors are so beautiful. I love the melt lipstick, the warm tones, the lashes, everything about it. I'm just like obsessed. And this highlighter is bomb. All right guys, as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. All of that stuff is listed down below. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.